There comes a moment in every person's life when they realize that waiting is no longer an option. Many people spend years believing that confidence will arrive after success. They think happiness will come after achievement. They assume that once they have more money, a better career, a healthier body, or a stronger relationship, then they will finally feel worthy, powerful, and fulfilled. But life doesn't work that way. The truth is that success rarely creates confidence. More often, confidence creates success. The person you want to become is not waiting for some future day to exist. That version of you is created by the choices you make today. Imagine someone who dreams of becoming financially successful. Every day they tell themselves they are unlucky. They constantly focus on what they lack. They hesitate to take opportunities because they fear failure. They avoid learning new skills because they don't believe they can succeed. Now compare that to someone who chooses a different approach. They may not be wealthy yet, but they carry themselves with responsibility and confidence. They invest in learning. They manage what money they have wisely. They speak about possibilities instead of limitations. Both people may start from the same place, but their mindset sends them in completely different directions. The difference is not their current circumstances. The difference is their identity. Every action you take is a vote for the person you believe you are. If you believe you're weak, you'll act weak. If you believe you're incapable, you'll avoid challenges. If you believe you're destined to fail, you'll unconsciously create reasons to quit. But if you begin acting like the person you want to become, something powerful happens. Your habits change. Your decisions improve. Your confidence grows. And eventually, your reality starts reflecting your new identity. This is not magic. It is the natural result of alignment. Think about professional athletes. Long before they stand on championship stages, they train like champions. They wake up early. They practice when nobody is watching. They follow routines that reflect the person they intend to become. They don't wait until they are champions to behave like champions. They behave like champions first. The same principle applies to every area of life. If you want to become healthy, start making decisions that a healthy person would make. If you want to become successful, begin developing the habits. Successful people practice daily. If you want stronger relationships, start showing up as the kind of person who creates meaningful connections. The future version of yourself is built through present actions. Too many people spend their lives saying, one day I'll start. One day I'll believe in myself. One day I'll take the risk. One day I'll go after my dream. But one day often becomes never. The perfect moment does not exist. Conditions are never completely ideal. There will always be uncertainty. There will always be obstacles. There will always be reasons to wait. That's why growth begins the moment you decide to move forward despite uncertainty. When you act like the person you want to become, you're no longer allowing your current circumstances to define your future. You're creating a new standard. At first, it may feel uncomfortable. You may feel like an imposter. You may hear a voice inside your head saying, "Who do you think you are?" That voice appears whenever you step beyond familiar limits. It is not proof that you're moving in the wrong direction. It is proof that you're growing. Every significant transformation feels unnatural at first. The first workout feels difficult. The first speech feels terrifying. The first business idea feels risky. The first step toward change always challenges your comfort zone. But confidence is not something you're born with. Confidence is built through action. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, your confidence grows. Every time you choose discipline over excuses, your confidence grows. Every time you take action despite fear, your confidence grows. Eventually, what once felt uncomfortable becomes normal. The person you were pretending to be becomes the person you truly are. One of the greatest obstacles people face is allowing their past to control their future. They define themselves by old failures. They replay mistakes over and over. They use yesterday's disappointments as evidence for tomorrow's limitations. But your past is not your identity. It is simply a collection of experiences. What matters most is the meaning you attach to those experiences. A setback does not make you a failure. A rejection does not make you unworthy. A mistake does not determine your potential. Every successful person has failed. Every accomplished individual has faced doubt. Every great achievement was once uncertain. The difference is that they refused to let temporary circumstances become permanent labels. They continued moving forward. They continued believing. They continued acting. And eventually, their persistence produced results. The same opportunity exists for you right now, not next month, not next year. Today, you can choose a new identity. You can decide that from this moment forward, you will think differently, act differently, and expect more from yourself. You can stop rehearsing failure. You can stop strengthening doubt. You can stop feeding limiting beliefs. Instead, begin strengthening the qualities you wish to develop. Practice courage. Practice discipline. Practice consistency. Practice self-respect. The more you repeat these behaviors, the more deeply they become part of who you are. Success is rarely the result of one dramatic breakthrough. It is usually the result of small actions repeated consistently over time. One disciplined choice may seem insignificant. One workout may seem insignificant. 1 hour of learning may seem insignificant. One positive decision may seem insignificant. But repeated daily, those actions transform lives. Small actions create powerful identities. And powerful identities create extraordinary results. Another important truth is that acting like your future self is not about arrogance. It is not about pretending to be better than others. It is not about denying reality. It is about believing that you are capable of growth. It is about recognizing your potential. It is about refusing to remain trapped by fear. True confidence is quiet. It doesn't need validation. It doesn't need attention. It simply knows where it's going. When you develop that kind of confidence, you stop seeking permission from the world. You stop waiting for someone to approve your dream. You stop depending on external circumstances to determine your self-worth. Instead, you become internally driven. Your actions are guided by purpose rather than fear. Your decisions are guided by vision rather than doubt. And your life begins moving in a completely different direction. Think about the person you most want to become. Picture them clearly. How do they think? How do they speak? How do they handle challenges? How do they treat others? How do they spend their time? How do they respond to setbacks? Now ask yourself a simple question. What is stopping me from practicing those behaviors today? You may not have achieved your goal yet. You may not have reached the destination, but you can begin embodying the qualities required to get there. That's where transformation starts. Not in some distant future. Not after everything is perfect. Right here. Right now. Every morning you wake up with a choice. You can continue reinforcing the old identity that keeps you stuck. Or you can strengthen the new identity that moves you forward. You can focus on obstacles. Or you can focus on opportunities. You can focus on fear. Or you can focus on growth. You can focus on limitations. Or you can focus on possibilities. The choice belongs to you. Remember, life responds to the person you consistently become. If you continually act with discipline, you'll become disciplined. If you continually act with confidence, you'll become confident. If you continually act with determination, you'll become determined. Your actions shape your identity, and your identity shapes your future. So stop waiting for confidence before taking action. Take action, and confidence will follow. Stop waiting for motivation before beginning. Begin, and motivation will grow. Stop waiting for proof that you're capable. Create proof through consistent effort. The version of yourself you admire is not as far away as you think. That person is built one decision at a time, one habit at a time, one courageous action at a time. Every day you have an opportunity to step closer to that version of yourself. Every day you have an opportunity to rise above old limitations. Every day you have an opportunity to become stronger, wiser, and more capable than you were yesterday. The future is not something that happens to you. It is something you create. So create it intentionally. Walk with confidence. Speak with purpose. Take responsibility for your choices. Commit to your goals. Trust your ability to grow. And most importantly, start living today as the person you want to become tomorrow. Because the moment you begin acting in alignment with your highest vision, you stop being a spectator of your life and become its creator. The world changes when you change. Opportunities appear when you're prepared to recognize them. Progress accelerates when your actions match your ambitions. And success becomes inevitable when your identity supports your goals. So, make a decision today. No more waiting. No more excuses. No more shrinking your dreams to fit your fears. Step into the person you know you're capable of becoming. Act with courage. Act with purpose. Act with belief. And keep moving forward one day at a time. Because the life you want begins the moment you decide to become the person capable of creating it.